unboxing of the latest UT Land Rover station wagon, bought just today, which is 8th of April 2015. I have a number of these already, but not the station wagon version. All my other ones are the quad cab pickup trucks or the short wheelbase versions. I was quite keen to get this. One of the points to note about this particular model is that the bonnet doesn't open as it does on the other Land Rovers, and I'm going to show you how to make it open in a wee while. So I've already taken the box off. We just need to carefully pop it over and take the screws off the bottom, and these ones are a wee bit tight. That's very tight. Okay, so just back after a short interval where I had to use my power drill to undo these screws, which is rather unusual for a model like this to have the screws so tight there. And it's still attached to a base, so they've got a type of a double base on it. They do enjoy their crafty ways of attaching these models sometimes. Just see if I can now get this piece off. And again, that's extremely tight. So my trusty old battery drill. It screws in quite deep. So I have to admit, I did not envisage this being quite as difficult to undo as it's proving to be. Okay, so back again. And we've now taken off the bottom piece of that, so I'll just get these screws out of the way. So here we have their latest model. Now they have the doors locked in there. I'm assuming this is some kind of key. Oh, look at that. That's popped off that side. There we go. Well, that bit came out reasonably well. And here we have it. Quite a nice model. I do like these UT Land Rovers. I know the Kyosho and Century Dragon are bringing their versions out, but many of them don't have quite as many opening parts as these, and I believe particularly for the money that these models are, they're certainly worth it for the detail. And just have a quick look at the underside. Lots of detail in there. The various drive shafts, transmission, splitting the drive from the front to the back. It's got a tow hook on it, all the little mud guards and footrests. That's quite nice, and you should find that as on their other models. Both the doors open. I believe in the Century Dragon model that the rear door doesn't open there. A little plastic cover on the back, and the the rear door should swing out just like that. There we go. Now, one of the problems with this re-released version is that the bonnet doesn't open. Now I'm just going to bring in an earlier version of the UT model, a UH model. So this is the short wheelbase version, very similar, and it has an opening bonnet, complete with the 4-cylinder diesel engine. This version also apparently has an opening bonnet with the diesel engine, but you may be able to see it, a little bit tricky to see, but just in here they've added a very small amount into the die just to close off that, so that the bonnet is actually sealed shut. Now I know that someone else has done this, but I haven't actually done it myself. But you can open the bonnet on them. I'm just going to try this first with a standard model scalpel, nothing too flash. You can see just in here, just in there's a wee lip, a wee extra bit, and the idea is just to cut that away so that the bonnet could be opened. Hopefully without scratching the paint too much. Just pop that in there. A bit of pressure. I think I might just about have it on that side. And the same, it's a little bit more visible on this side. Let me just see if I can. I need a little bit better light in here, but just up in there. Just tried this, used a screwdriver to pry it up, so I'll give that a little go as well. I do sometimes get a little impatient with these type of things, so going for the quick win, we'll just see if we can pop that under, and it's quite tight in there. There we go. So it looks like I've got that side off. Maybe I should have tried this first. And look at that. Ta-da! Opening bonnet. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, so if I can position the two of them here and just move them over slightly. I need to tidy up around that bonnet area just so that it closes properly. Use a little bit of tape to hold the bonnets off. On this one I've broken off the bonnet rod, unfortunately, or hood, as perhaps any American viewers might understand. And there we go. There's the two engines. Now, something appears to be a little off on the green Range Rover. The engine looks sort of tilted over a little bit on its side, tilted over towards this side compared to the other one. I'll just try and get some better light on there, and bring them on a little bit closer as well. Just get the camera in there a little bit better. I'll show you my camera mount after this. It's actually a little toy tractor that's doing it, so that's quite neat. Okay, so there we go. You'll notice that on the side of the engine, the green one is missing some of these parts here. Not quite sure what they are. Just get the you can see that on this one there are these perhaps fuel injectors, or maybe the radiator pipe, and they're missing from this one here. What else is missing? There's a bit of some of the paint detail on this part over here, the battery maybe. But otherwise, oh, there's a box missing. Oops. This box here that sits on the back is also missing from this one. So they've taken out a few details, but surprisingly left the entire engine in there, which is rather an interesting decision. Someone did suggest that it's a slightly newer Land Rover than the red one, and that they hadn't bothered to update the engine in it, but to the best of my knowledge they're pretty much the same model, so I'm quite unsure why I would have changed that. But for a very minor adjustment, just basically popping those out, I now have both models with opening bonnet, and those holes could be easily filled and those little bits filed off just to make that tidy. So there we go, the new Land Rover re-release from Universal Hobbies. I would say these are very good models. They're quite also, for someone like me that likes to modify them, the wheels come off quite easily. You just pop the cap off the wheel. I'll just see, like this one here. So you pop the hubcap off, and underneath you've got a screw, and you can quite easily unbolt it and then replace that with different wheels, which can look quite nice. So I may have a look at doing that for this one, although I may also buy one or two other ones and modify them as well. Hi, I just thought I'd show you the camera setup I had using for that video. I definitely need some more light to get everything in place, and we'll look at that in the future. I was using an app called Camera Plus. The neat thing about it is my iPad, which I'm filming with this, allows me to control my iPhone, which I took the actual video from. And if I just come across here, you can see that there's my iPhone there, which is up nice and close. Slightly sort of dodgy camera connector there, using a couple of clamps and a bit of tape, but it's actually connected to a brooder tractor here, and it does allow me to change the angle of the camera, as well as do a little bit of zooming in and out, and I can also change the height of it. So it was quite a clever idea for a short space of time. I did have to add a bit of ballast on there and a couple of clamps on the wheels, just to keep it all in check in case it decided to do a tumble. So there we go. So might give you guys some ideas.